In this video, we'll learn about working with the stroke of an object, and we will explore adding and editing dashes to lines, and finally add arrowheads to these paths. The first change we will make is to the appearance of the stroke or border on this shape. With the selection tool selected in the Tools panel, click to select this black circle. Notice the weight or size of the stroke in the Properties panel to the right of the document is 3. To change the stroke weight, you can click the arrows to the left of 3. To make the stroke bigger, change the weight to 6 by clicking the up arrows a few times. You can also change other appearance properties for strokes. In the Properties panel, click the word Stroke to show the Stroke panel. There are a lot of options for strokes in here, like aligning the stroke to a path, adding a dash to it, adding arrowheads, and more. To align the stroke in a different way on the path, click Align Stroke to Outside. Aligning the stroke to the outside of a path will place the stroke outside of the shape, giving you more room inside the shape. Maybe you can add text inside the shape. Click Align to the center to center the stroke on the edge of the circle again. To apply a dash to selected artwork, select Dashes line. You can create different types of dashes, and dashes you create from a pattern that repeats along a path. For instance, change the dash to 16. Click on the gap field in the right of that. Now type 10. Then click in the next field to see the change in the shape out there. Now a 16-point dash is followed by a 10-point gap, and that pattern is repeated on your shape. Now to make the stroke smaller, change the stroke weight to 4. Press Escape to hide the panel. Now you can also add arrowheads to your artwork. Now we'll add arrowheads to the start of those two lines. So to select them both, with the selection tool selected, click one of these lines, then shift click the other to select both. To add arrowheads, click the word Stroke in the Properties panel on the right. The Stroke panel is showing again. Now you can add arrowheads to the start of the lines or both. Click the arrowheads menu on the left. You can see there are a lot to choose from. For this, choose 3. By default, the arrowhead is scaled at 100% of the weight. In the stroke weight, type 2, and you'll see that the arrowheads get smaller as well relative to the stroke weight. If you want the arrowheads to be bigger or smaller than it is, you can change the scale below each here. Now, we will add an arrowhead to the end of both of these lines. So, click the arrowhead menu in the right and choose now 17. If the arrowheads are on the wrong end of the path, you can click this button to swap them. Press Escape to hide the stroke panel. Now that you know more about changing the appearance of stroke, you can experiment drawing using different lines in your artwork. And you can also create arrows by line with arrowheads to use them in your designs.